Let's deal with the background color really quick. When we look at the design, we see that there's two layers to the heading. There's a top layer which has a white background and the bottom layer which is a light gray. So in our markup, we're going to need to eventually at least have two sections. So let's jump to our index.html file and let's create those sections here in the header. Now, even though we're calling those two layers sections, would it make sense to have them actually be sections? The goal of a section element is to create sections on a page that can be used for navigation. When we looked at the documentation for the section tag, it said that each section should have a heading of some kind. In this case, what we're doing is separating two sections of a single element, neither of which are going to have headings. So it seems like this is a good use case to use a generic div. So let's start by creating a div with the class site header, that's the name of our component, and we'll just call it top. And we're not going to have anything in that right now. Let's create a second div, give it the class of site header bottom. We'll indent our navigation because it's inside of this, and then end our div tag here. And now we can style the site header bottom with a different background color and also proper padding. So we'll go back over here to the site header partial and we'll add a new style here. It's going to begin with site header, but then it will be bottom. And let's set the background color to light gray. Let's save this, jump to the browser and refresh. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's add some padding that's similar to what we see in the mockup. So at this point, we don't want to measure from the top here to the top of the text because this element demonstrates clearly that there's going to be some padding to the top and bottom of the anchor tags as well. So what we really want to measure is from this edge to the top of that rounded corner border. And it looks like that's about 12 pixels. So we'll add a 12 pixel padding to the top and bottom, but the padding that we're going to want to the left and the right is going to be a little tricky. For now, we'll set it to 12 pixels as well. And then when we get into looking at how to create our layout using these components, we'll discuss what that padding might actually be. So I'll go back to the editor, and for this, let's set a padding all around of 12 pixels. Although we'll want this to change depending on the size of our text. So let's convert it to an REM using the px to rem function. Let's save this and refresh. Okay,